My name's Dan. I'm a caseworker and project worker here at Tabor House. I have been for the last year. I came here from a financial corporate background and thought it was the ideal job for me because I have a passion for helping people and supporting people in such a way that Tabor House do. Their ethos is to provide free one-to-one wraparound support for people who want to change their life and turn their lives around. I started out by doing outreach work, and now I support people who are working, who are looking to move on into their own accommodation and get back to independent living. We're very much looking forward now to moving to Tabor Living, where we're going to have a lot more space, a lot more rooms, a lot more accommodation, and in fact, just a glimpse of the support that we do give. I have a testimonial here from one of our guests who I was with actually earlier on this week, opening a bank account with him, getting him an eye test appointment, and they're just some of the things that we do here at Tabor House for our guests. So one of our guests has written this. Being at Tabor House has restored my faith in humanity. I would have been on the streets in the winter if it wasn't for Tabor House. The staff are so welcoming, helpful and supportive. They give us good and useful advice and help us with not only somewhere to live, but they also help with doctors, eye tests, help with bank accounts and even with finding a job. One of the staff put it so well by saying Tabor House helps rebuild people when they've fallen down. I'm also in awe of the many people who freely volunteer their time to come and help us guests by cooking and cleaning. And I think that's just a small insight into what we do here at Tabor House, my role, and the thoughts of some of our guests.
Hi, my name's Caroline. I'm the caseworker here at Tabor House. I originally started here back in 2017 as a volunteer on a Friday night shift. Then 2 years ago, an opportunity to come up for me to be a caseworker. My role is to help our guys come in. I help with bank accountments, I help with GPs and anything else really that our guys need. So my role really is to help people that come into Tabor move on to more independent living. So obviously they're very vulnerable. Tabor House likes to reach the people that sort of slips through the cracks. So vulnerable people and the people that are like quiet, we like to help those and move them on more to independent living. I've spoke to our guest yesterday and I have actually been given a testimony and he has given me permission to share it with you. His first name is John. I'm not allowed obviously to say anything else, so I'm just going to read his testimony to you. So it says, these people saved my life. They gave me a second chance when I was at my lowest point in my life. They helped me psychologically and materially with everything that I needed. This place are saving lives. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. All the volunteers here treat us all with respect and it is amazing living here. He's now working and he has been working for about 3 months now and he's enjoying everything that he's doing.
Hi, I'm Sharon Fear. I'm the project manager here at Tabor House. I've been project manager for just over 4 years. I attended the first year anniversary, so it's been quite a while now. I was really attracted to this project and have been continued to be amazed by the things that I've managed to achieve here. When we first came here, it was a night shelter, and the essence has always been about getting people who have nothing and giving them somewhere safe so that they can continue with their lives. Now that doesn't sound that great in some senses, but actually it's huge. I think sometimes we take for granted the fact that people have a safe space to be and somewhere to go and have a shower, somewhere to keep their clothes, somewhere to keep personal items, somewhere that they can call their own place. And the people we work with don't have any of those things. What they have is the desire for change. They don't want to stay where they are. They want to actually move on with their lives. And that's what we've always been about. It's been about taking people who want change and allowing them to make those changes. And we will offer all the supports that we can to elicit that. As a night shelter, we were really, really successful. And we've now moved on since the pandemic into being it's open 24/7. So what we do offer, we offer when people come in, we don't assess people in the ordinary way. We will talk to people. This project is all about interacting and to treating people as people with respect, and that's what we do, and we do it in abundance. So we talk to people, we find out what their goals are, what their aspirations are, and then we work with them to try and achieve that. A lot of the time, they can be very small things. When people are coming from the streets or from very volatile relationships, or for a variety of reasons, people come to us. They haven't usually got a lot with them, so we have to try and ensure that they have all the basics, which is what we do. And then from there, then they will then look at their own action plan, and that's really important because it's about what they want. It's not what I think they want or what they need, it's what they want, and we work hard to try and achieve that with them. So we have a lot of volunteers. The whole project from night shelter to now has always been about being a volunteer-led programme, and that is core to what we do. So volunteers are the very essence of what makes us so different. We have people that come in from so many different backgrounds, and it doesn't matter who you are as a guest, you will always find somebody you actually link in with, one of the volunteers, and that really makes the difference because people then feel at home and they feel able and they feel entitled to be here, which they absolutely are. So volunteers, they do all the shifts. So we have some people who work on the night shift, there's others that work on the evening shift. They cover the whole of the weekend, and when we move there will be even more variety of roles available, so there'll be lots of activities and other things. So what we've done when looking at the move is actually trying to look at what it is that is needed, and that is about activities, it's about having more things under one roof, and it's about having access to lots of other organisations as well, which is what we're working on. So we rely on volunteers, and they do make the difference, and the staff seem so the same. So it will make the difference between having a community volunteer who will be able to go and have a coffee with somebody, right through to attending an appointment, actually sitting and listening and just taking time out. It really does make that much difference. The project itself works as a community. We expect people to behave within a routine, which is really important. So we expect people to sit round the table and eat their meal together. That's at 7:30, and it's an absolute joy if you come here and you see everybody all sitting round and they're all enjoying having a meal together. It is amazing, and that is all provided. You know, the volunteers cook, and then we get the actual guests themselves go in. Everybody mucks in, and it really is wonderful. And that's a time for talking and finding out about the day and just listening to each other. And I think whenever I've asked people when they're leaving what is the most poignant thing, and I think that's one of the main things that comes back, is the sense of being in a community and feeling part of something, and that's what we're all about.
My name is Tara, and I've been volunteering at Tabor House for almost 3 years now. I really enjoy volunteering at Tabor House. I get to meet a lot of interesting guests, and what's really good is, although I don't have a regular shift, it's flexible, and I am able to come in when they need some extra help, and cook for the evening and chat to the guests and volunteer in a way that works around my life. So I was inspired to start volunteering here because I used to do a bit of work with Let's Feed Brum and help people who were out on the streets. And then when I heard about Tabor House, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to continue to support a cause that I'm really passionate about. I'm really excited about the move to the new premises. I think Tabor Living at St Catherine's will be a really exciting project to be a part of, and I think Tabor has already achieved so much in the relatively short time that it's been around, and I'm really looking forward to seeing about how much more it can do at St Catherine's with a bigger space. I think that Tabor House makes a really big difference to the guests that visit, perhaps more so than or differently than other similar projects, because it creates a family feel, and people can come in the evenings we sit together and we have a meal and we talk and we learn about each other. And I think that opportunity to assimilate and feel comfortable in, what perhaps might be a more normal part of life, I think really benefits the guests in the short term and then also in the long term as they move on to supported living or being able to live independently.